Welcome back, everyone, to a Bryn exhibit. This time, we're actually going back in time to some older work that Bryn done, and this one's called "The Daughter of Gears." And it'll be the first of 3 stories that'll be put out month after month. "The Daughter of Gears," I believe, I actually saw back at the Bryn retrospective, but that was also part of a entire area of its own, so it didn't have the extra detail to it, such as an entire region based on this once again. So, and there seems to be a bit of I don't know, rubber banding going on here with the region for whatever reason. So we're going to take a look at this as it was, I assume, originally, which will most certainly be something interesting, I imagine. We seem to be in some sort of house at the moment, though. And the door will lead us out, but first I just wanted to take a look around in the rooms, and here's the gotcha machine over here in the corner. Also, bathroom off that way. Okay, we'll head on out. Now, as we can see already, we're looking at what appears to be kind of a wasteland almost. So you have a lot of what look like telephone towers or something on those lines around. There's a sign to our right, but everything's very much toned in a gray. The sky is looking almost stormy. And there's a tower off to the distance that's having a huge, huge shadow across this entire region. The tower we'll get to in a moment. First, we just want to take a look at everything else that's on the ground here. And we got an advertisement up here. I do remember the advertisements being all over the place in Bryn's earlier works. Hasn't so much been the case in the later works. Might see one advertisement around, but usually these advertisements used to be... Could find a couple just about everywhere. See the nice little puffs going around in the air here. I'm not sure what caused that, but maybe it was me pushing into that bush. Anyways, last month we did a Bryn thing, which was January release. Before that, we haven't done anything in quite a while. It was a lot of smaller project things that I never actually got around to. But I definitely want to catch these ones that are going around here. It looks like there's something on this pile of rocks here. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's an apple. Okay. A new addition, no doubt. Anyways, as we come across the tower here, we see many, many people just standing around on the outside, which is kind of curious, as you can imagine. They all seem to be in different positions and sort of showing off different emotions. Like this person in the front looks like they're perhaps holding people back almost, while the second person is pointing upwards towards something. The third person seems to be chatting and also holding a bat. Perhaps they're being a bit more aggressive, and the two in the back seem to be kind of not sure about what's going on. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take a stroll to the tower itself, which is going to be interesting because this is very much a active platforming project here. So, with the rubber banding on the region, it's going to make jumping a little bit interesting, that's for sure. As long as I don't get caught mid-jump into something like being slowed in the air, then I should be able to get this all the way to the top without falling down once. There's also those marbles, I think I would call them, that are just dropping off occasionally. As you can see right now, we're seeing a bit of the bogging down, rubber banding, whatever you want to call it. So it is making things a tad more difficult for me. And I kind of just went through that platform. So a tad bit unfortunate there. I know I've done this once, I know I can do it a second time. Here we are. Eyes of Silurian, and we can see the capsule here, mirrored by mine. To my daughter I hide my grieving. Behind me the vessel chimes, sensing that she'll soon be leaving. Shallow breaths, quiet sighs, Tesla cracks, an ancient mother. The vessel slowly opens her eyes. Across the room, my reborn daughter. And so that's talking about the person that's in the capsule, who's being reborn into this machine body. So this might already explain the title, as you can imagine, The Daughter of Gears. And as we climb the tower, we're going to find more story elements about. I guess you can kind of call it a reward for us for every... I think about a third of the way up the tower that we get. Gotta watch out for those marbles, though. Yeah, the platform is becoming a bit steep here. One wrong move could potentially send you all the way down, especially if you end up falling in the middle. There's just not a whole lot of stuff in the middle. Most of it's off to the sides, as you can see. I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to, Curious. How would I go about this one? I don't remember. Can I try and jump for the sides here? Oh, I just got hit by a marble. Okay. I did fall a bit there, but I didn't fall all the way. As you can see, I caught myself, thankfully. But, yeah, those are definitely hazards if you're jumping around and not being careful enough. Though, happily, I did not fall very far that time. You can actually see the house way out there still with the advanced lighting on. You can see the lights going on in it. I actually have the draw distance all the way up so I can see essentially everything on the region here at all given times. I think actually I might have to sit on this, so let me see. Yep, that is indeed the case. So we made it. Very nice. I think I'm stuck on the magnet. Okay. Let me get loose here. We got some nice stairs, finally. No more platforming for a moment. Now we find the second story element here. Table. We can see the mother is looking at her new machine daughter. Fluttering heart, nervous start, I know not what to do. Her skin like lace, a child's face, not only eyes of cerulean blue. Whisper of gears bring up my tears from the shattering of a dream. The confused eyes of my love who died, whom I bound to a machine. So you're kind of seeing some regret, perhaps, from the whole taking the dying daughter and putting her into a machine body, I guess. And it seems the only thing that is still humanish is perhaps her face, or at least her eyes. You can see that she is tearing up inside of there. There's a picture of her right here too. Okay, so with that second story element down, we shall continue upwards, which I don't think we're too far from the end here. The tower is very, very, like you can't tell how high this thing is from the ground. Like, I think it goes up more than 1,000 meters, perhaps. Or maybe you can, it's not quite 1,000, but it's just very kind of, you don't really notice. Because if we were higher 1,000 meters, then we wouldn't be able to see the ground right now. But yeah, as I was saying, you could see the things that are lit up at the ground level there, which was the sign in the house. Everything else is kind of a bit more difficult to tell. And we'll go ahead and continue upwards here. Got a little bit of a different type of platforming here. It's kind of a little bit weird to see how those look and try and jump on them, but they do have flat tops, so. Got a little bit of that rubber banding again, which Second Life platforming is just not very good if there's any sort of issue with the region at all. We're getting pretty high up here. In fact, we've just reached the top. So let me see, jump up here and take a look at the last story element. And we can see that the mother is falling off the tower as the daughter watches. When the cables came away and I looked into your eyes, that was my first day, but you did not realize that you were imprinted on my heart, zeros and ones in digital blue, and when you finally did part, I would stay and think of you. You fought them like a spark, but on that day you did die. When you left for the dark, I put myself on standby. It's like a dream of how your love kept them from me, but I am alone now for eternity. So I'm not quite sure if this is coming from the daughter or if this is coming from the mother. That is one thing I'm a little bit confused about, but as you can see, the mother is falling off the tower, being pulled by somebody. I think I'll get a shot of the tower from the ground floor as well.